This is going to be the first video, hopefully, of a series of videos that we're going to be posting to this page, discussing a carbon capture and storage facility that has been proposed for this small area here in Covington County. I'm currently sitting on the shores of Lake Jackson. This is Alabama's largest naturally occurring lake. Now, Alabama can't take full credit for it. Somewhere out there is a line, and that line is actually the Alabama-Florida border. Half this lake belongs to Florida, and half this lake belongs to Alabama. This lake is really a true gem. Pan around here so you kind of get a view of it. During the summertime, this lake is going to be packed with tourists and people who are trying to get away from the beach. Now, when I say packed, I mean nothing near what you see on the beaches. People come up here to experience a little quieter weekend, and it is beautiful here in the summer. There will be families out here. There's a beautiful little swimming area right over there with a pier that goes out into the water. There's a boat ramp. People will have their jet skis out, their boats out. There are quite a few bass in this lake. We hold several bass tournaments throughout the year. Overall, this is just a small piece of paradise. And it's probably the fact that this is a small piece of paradise in this small little town that makes what is being proposed that much more painful. Just north of town, there's a bunch of land owned by a company called Rainier. It's timberland. However, as timber prices have dropped, Rainier has ventured out to find other ways to make more money off their land. They have leased this land to a company called Reliant. And Reliant intends to put in the world's largest, what they call carbon capture and storage facility, right here just north of Florala. Now, carbon capture and storage sounds pretty. It sounds like you're taking something and putting it in a nice little area where it will be held until you later need to retrieve it, and then you'll take that box off the shelf and go on about your day. But that's not the case. This is not a nice little storage facility. The truth of the matter is this is a carbon dump. They're going to take CO2 and inject it into the ground approximately 4,000 feet into a saline aquifer. In theory, within the next 500 years, that CO2 will interact with the salt and turn itself into a limestone, which is inert and completely harmless. That's the theory behind it. Will it happen? Who knows? It hasn't. Nobody's been doing carbon capture for 500 years to verify it. And even if they have, what do we really know about what is happening 5,000 feet below our ground? Essentially, all this plan is a scam. It is a way in which they are moving the pollution from the air, which on the surface, there are plenty of ways to deal with carbon, including these trees that are around me. They're currently filtering carbon and putting out oxygen. But because we have too much CO2 in the air, and it's considered a greenhouse gas, they would like to capture this, put it into a liquefied form, put it into a pipeline, run it approximately 300 miles from northern Alabama all the way down here, this rural area in southern Alabama, and pollute our ground. That is not a viable trade. That's not a viable solution to the problem. It's just ultimately going to create bigger problems in the future that we haven't even foreseen what the actual consequences of our actions are. The one thing we do know for fact, though, is once we've injected this 4,000 feet into the ground, there is no going back. There is nothing we could do to fix the mess that we make. We want to stop it before it happens.